Part 3. The two men hesitated. Willie started towards them, walking very slowly. They stood very still, watching him come. Then at the last moment, they stood aside and let him pass. He limped across the street and went into the town's lone 5 and 10 cent store. "How come I come in here?" he muttered. "I ain't got nobody to buy nothing for." He stood still a moment, frowning. "Reckon I'll get some postcards to send the boys," he decided. He walked over to the rack and made his selections carefully. The new post office building, the memorial bridge, the Confederate monument. "Make this look like a real town," he said. "Keep that one boss out of sight." Then he was limping over to the counter, cards and a quarter in his hand. The salesgirl started towards him, her hand outstretched to take the money. But just before she reached him, a white woman came towards the counter, so the girl went on past Willie, smiling sweetly, saying, "Can I help you?" "Look here, girl," Willie said sharply. "I was here first." The salesgirl and the woman both turned toward him, their mouths dropping open. "My money the same color as hers," Willie said. He stuffed the cards in his pocket. Then deliberately he tossed the quarter on the counter and walked out the door. "Well, I never!" the white woman gasped. When Willie came out on the sidewalk, a little knot of men had gathered around the monument. Willie could see the two men in the center talking to the others. We can imagine what they were talking about. Then they all stopped talking at once and looked at him. He limped on down the block and turned the corner. At the next corner, he turned again, and again at the next. Then he slowed. Nobody was following him. The houses thinned out again. There were no trees shading the dirt road, powdered dry under the hammer blows of the sun. Willie limped on, the sweat pouring down his black face, soaking his collar. Then at last he was turning into a flagstone driveway, curving towards a large, very old house, set well back from the road in a clump of pine trees. He went up on the broad, sweeping veranda and rang the bell. A very old black man opened the door. He looked at Willie with a puzzled expression, like, "What are you doing here?" Squinting his red, mottled old eyes against the light. "Don't you remember me, Uncle Ben?" Willie said. "Willie," the old man said, "the Colonel sure be glad to see you.